Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be how to be successful in online school. So I'm going to be giving y'all some tips and tricks that I have, but this will work for like most of these tips will work for school in general, because period, I know most of us are ready to go back But with that being said, I just wanted to say that I'm going to probably be looking, if you see me looking not directly at the camera, it's because my iPad is what I'm using to like look at my tips and tricks or whatever. So yeah, let's get right into this video. Y'all, here we go again with this little ghetto blooper. I was doing good. It ain't been in like the last 5 videos. Was killing it. Why was I breathing so hard? Y'all, I literally sound like I just ran a marathon. Which, yeah, I was doing a little moving before the video, but dang. I was struggling, okay? So we just gonna pretend like we don't see it. Okay, so before I go to this first tip, I just want to say, just so y'all know that I'm like mostly qualified to be giving this information, I know I act a little childish, play way too much for no reason in my videos, but I do make good grades. Like, I'm a straight A student. So yeah, I feel like I'm qualified enough to be giving these tips. So with that being said, let's get right into this video. So the first tip I have is use your resources. And by that, what I mean is, like, normally, I want to say, like, when we were in school, like when we were in in-person school, you could only use like outside sources or for homework or whatever. But now, baby, who gonna stop you? Who gonna check you in your own house, boo? Who? Who? So with that being said, I'm going to go into detail about some apps that I think are really helpful. The first one is Quizlet. Y'all, when I tell you, Quizlet has pretty much a vocabulary set for anything you can think of. Like, all you have to do is search it up and you will find a set for it, especially if it's a common class like biology or something like that. Like, I'm also taking like some nursing school classes. If you want to know more about my program, go watch my A Day in the Life of Online School video. But yeah, that's like how it is. So this has been so helpful for me because there's so much information, definitions, terms being thrown at you left and right that it's so helpful to have kind of like an easier way to recognize the information. So let's touch on what the app Quizlet does. Most of you already know about it, but I'm going to just run through it real quick for the people that don't. So the biggest thing is that if you put the date of your test inside of Quizlet, it will create like a kind of custom study plan to make sure that you're studying enough, which is very helpful for me or people like me that have a bit of a procrastination problem. It's constantly there. It creates the plan for you so you know like how much you need to study. 2, they have multiple different ways that you can study. Like, not everyone learns the same. They have flashcards, they have tests, they have matching games. Like, it's very good. So yeah, Quizlet is like one of my favorite school apps. Like, I don't care what most people say. Like, some people don't like it, but I really do. I think it's very helpful, especially the older you get. Obviously, when you're younger, you don't have that much work, but the older you get and the harder your classes get, the more and more I think it's important. So now on to the next app is Connects. And Connects is kind of like a math or a math tutoring app. So basically how it works is you send them a picture of a question and it connects you with the tutor within 10 minutes. The app is completely free. The tutor will go through it step by step. So it's not just like they're giving you the answer, but they will help you learn so that you can understand it, which is very important, especially if you have classes that you have to take most classes you have to take a final exam or a STAR test or EOC, whatever, for whatever classes that you're in. So it's very good that it helps you learn, but it also gives you the answers so that you can make sure that you're getting answers right and that you understand it. So yeah, I really like this app, and again, it only takes 10 minutes, sometimes less. Like, I've used this app personally. I used it today, matter of fact. But yeah, I really like the app. It's very easy. And yeah, but another thing I wanted to touch on is that it's not just like regular math courses. They have algebra, geometry, computer science, like the college courses, like in the video that I'm going to insert right here, it has like, or it had, I don't know if it's still there, but it had like a list of all the courses that it answers, and there's like a very broad things, even things that aren't directly related to math but have some math in it. So yeah, they're gonna have you right. The next app is GoodNotes. Now I don't know how your school requires you to do it, but pretty much for my school, we can take notes however we want in this online spectrum. So this is going to be geared more towards my high schoolers and my college kids. So let me start with this. GoodNotes is a note-taking app. Now you do need an Apple Pencil or some type of stylus. Like you don't have to have an Apple Pencil. I have one, but you can use other different styluses as long as it's pencil-like, I guess. So basically it's a note-taking app. You can use different formats for the paper. You can choose different layouts. You can make it different folders and notebooks for different classes so that you can keep it separated. And also you can import different like backgrounds, I guess, to write on. So example, if your teacher sends you a worksheet, you can put it on there and write on it directly through the app. I think it's a very good app, especially for the older you get. Like sometimes notebooks can just be too much. They can get messed up. It's better to have it there directly, and it's not gonna go away, especially because if you make sure you back it up and you're saving stuff correctly. It's such a good app. I completely love it. And yeah, that's my little tea on GoodNotes. Okay, y'all, so I just wanted to come through and say one thing about GoodNotes. So GoodNotes also, one of the biggest things for me at least, because I am like taking nursing school classes, there's a lot of diagrams, there's a lot of pictures that you need to have, and it's annoying per se to have to just keep like screenshotting them or taking pictures of them, or to just keep having to go flip back through the notebooks. So it does let you put diagrams, and it does let you label them. So that was like a big key thing, especially if you're in nursing school, which I do plan on doing a video in the future specifically for nursing school or nursing school students about some tips and trips the fact I can't talk is bewildering to me. Some tips and tricks that I think will help you out, and then like some ways to take notes or to make it easier for yourself. So yeah, continue with the video, Nate. So let's move on to my next tip. My next tip is to create a work environment. Now by this I mean, do not be in your bed. I think it's very important that you are not in your bed. And let me tell you why. I did school in my bed 3 days out of the 2.5 weeks we've been in school. Every single time I did it, I fell asleep. Like I've learned that I have to get out of my bed and I can't go back. It's not gonna work for me. Like it's just not. When you're in your bed, you're thinking relaxation, sleep, very much so comfortable. No, this is not the environment we want from school. Like I'm not saying you need to be at a desk and it needs to be all pretty decorated or whatever, but at least be not in your bed, a kitchen counter, even just sitting on your couch with like a dinner tray in front of you. Something that's not your bed or a space that you feel super duper comfortable in, because your brain is not gonna be thinking work. It's gonna be thinking no, TikTok, Instagram, sleep, nap time, none of that. So that's my second tip. The apps were like counted under the first one. So my third tip is that you need to have a schedule. And by this I mean everyone's schedule is going to be different. Everyone's schedule was different when we were in school. But do have a schedule that you do like before school. Like before school, do what you would normally do. Obviously, you're not going to get in your car and go to school. What I mean is waking up, brush your teeth, comb your hair, get dressed. Obviously, you don't have to get dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. But this hoodie, it's hidden, I'm not going to lie. And it's comfortable. Like, do your hair, brush your teeth, eat breakfast if that's what you want to do. Like, have some type of schedule. When you get in school, like, try to take your little breaks or do stuff productive. Because if you don't have a schedule, all your days are going to kind of start to blend together. Like, I noticed that's what was happening to me a lot at the end of the school year. Like, it was so hard for me to... I'm trying to think of the correct word. It was so hard for me to focus in school and to, like, have the motivation to keep getting up, because it was literally... It all felt like a big day for, like, that whole time. We were, like, in school. It was horrible because I was just sleeping, waking up, doing school in my bed, going back to sleep, eating occasionally. Not just like I was eating, but like it was just a lot. So now for my next tip. My last and final tip is that try to create a good relationship with your teachers. And by this I mean you don't have to be talking, you don't have to be all over participant. Like by this I mean do not cause your teacher problems. And let me tell you why. Being that school is online, it creates a lot more issues than you already have in school. Like technology, I'm sorry, but it's not 100% like certain. And if your technology isn't working, your Wi-Fi isn't working, your little app or whatever isn't working, and you miss the deadline, the teacher is much more likely to make an exception for the student that comes to class, minds their own business, or participates or whatever, but as long as you're not causing them problems, then the student that's on there every day, acting a fool, being disruptive, cussing, like, it's too much. Like, and I thought that people were going to be pretty chill on the Zoom class, because I'm like, y'all do know we're going back to school, right? Like, it's going to happen eventually. But the people in my school, Like, I've had, from people calling my teachers out their name, B words, like, all that. And then, okay, this one was kind of funny, though. This one wasn't even that disrespectful. But, okay, so basically, I was in class, right, and the teacher was asking us a question. And after you've been in Zoom calls, you know that for the most part, it stays pretty silent. Like, everyone's muted, no one's talking. So we sit there for like a minute in silence. So we're sitting here, and all of a sudden, then I guess the teacher was like, I'm just going to call on somebody. So she calls on this, like, girl. And the girl, she quite literally unmutes herself. She goes, let me tell you how this works. I raise my hand, I know the answer. I don't raise my hand, I don't know the answer. Muted herself again. It turned off the camera. When I tell you I had to turn off my camera just to laugh, but, like, was she wrong? Because don't be putting me on the spot like that. But yeah, that's like, just like what I'm saying. But try not to be on these Zoom calls acting a fool. Let's try. Okay, because if you act a fool or you're not doing your work all the way up until we go back to school, now you done messed up a whole 9 weeks. 50s, 60s, 40s. Then you're trying to pull it together by the end of the semester. Because you was just acting a fool. Don't do that. You just not want to answer questions. Don't do that. Yeah. You. Talking to you. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell to be notified every time I post a brand new video. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at na.over.all. And that's na, no E. Bye.